You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now. Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. Taynor says, is this live or pre-recorded? I'll let you guess on that one. Guys, welcome back to Tuesday Takeover here exclusively on the Kempire YouTube channel. We're also live on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. So shout out to all of you watching from around the country and around the world. We got a lot of stuff to get into, including the Real Housewives of Rhode Island reunion part 2. That's the final part. The season has wrapped. You guys will be sure to let me know what you thought of it. But first of all, let me know what your good news of Tuesday is. What's your good news today? What's my good news today? Look, I don't want to give you the basic stuff. I mean, there's a lot of really small things like good health. Woke up this morning. I'm here with you guys today. I'm in a cool apartment. You know what I mean? Oh, let me give you guys a good view of my shirt, my Knicks shirt, New York Knicks shirt from the NBA store. You can see it's fresh out the bag because it's a little wrinkled still. With the numbers 32, 11, 25, 3, and 8. Did you guys see that? Shout out to our mayor here in New York City. They're under certain streets, like the 11th Street. What other street was it here? 32nd Street. They're naming it after the players of the New York Knicks. We are still celebrating the New York Knicks here in New York. So I have a lot of merch that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, so buckle up, all right? Fad says, I took a half day off of work, and it's a holiday in Canada tomorrow, listening to you on the bus. What's going on, Fads? We have a holiday. Look, I said, is there a holiday coming up for us? Yes, July 4th. July 4th, the United States celebrates their 250th birthday. Okay. Look. It's just crazy because it's the 250th, which is a big milestone for the United States, but you see what's happening in our country, so it's sort of like, okay, grateful for the freedoms, but how long do we have them? Then there's that. Shout out to those of you that have become new members of our Patreon. We relaunched our Patreon. If you haven't become a member, go check it out. You can, of course, join for free. We'll do a couple of free things there, but there are tiers to join. We did a paid live last night. It was very impromptu. So shout out to those of you that joined, and shout out to those of you that watched the replay. You can go there now. I did spill a little tea in regards to some stuff that I heard. Okay, when it comes to Potomac and New York. So be sure to check that out. You can find the link in the live chat right now. I'll post a link in the description for the replay crew as well. So be sure to check out our new Patreon. There's a lot of really great things coming to the Patreon, so you don't want to miss out, okay? And for those that follow me on TikTok, that's where I'm probably going to start doing, that's where I'm going to start doing more of my evening lives, my impromptu lives and things like that. That's where I will be doing them. Just because, as you know, if you follow me on TikTok, ever since it's been, the whole conversation of it being taken over and then it was taken over, TikTok has been tremendously different. You all know I have a very large following on TikTok. I think I'm almost 400,000, but that's probably the least place I make money. And look, I know you guys find me entertaining. You see that this is entertainment, but this is still a business. So we still got to make money over here in order to keep doing this. I can't be on the street doing this for free. Okay. So we'll be doing more stuff there. And for those of you that were part of our TikTok community where we used to do our watch parties and things like that, follow me on Patreon. Okay. Follow me on Patreon. So stay tuned for more stuff coming to Patreon. All right. Damn, Nicole says Trump only has 5 people at the 250 state fair. Didn't y'all hear that 50 Cent and who else? 50 Cent, I think Nelly and some other people are going to be performing at one of the events or something like that? Just saying. All right. Exactly. Wave Q says you can't even show your shoulders on TikTok without them giving you a warning. It's become so ridiculous and frustrating. So that's why I still create on TikTok. I just going live there, especially because anybody can come through there that might be a hater and report your live. And then all of a sudden, all the people that were watching your live, you had a couple hundred people. Now you got 50 or 5. Okay. So I'm still putting things there, but my lives and things like that, I'll probably do more of my impromptu lives on Patreon going forward. And look, we've had the Patreon for a long time. So I'm Miss Sharon, thank you for being a real one. Miss Sharon has been a Patreon member for a while there over there. Miss Sharon, we sent you an email. So if you see this, can someone just tap Miss Sharon on the shoulder? You've been grandfathered into one of the tiers, so because you've been there the longest. So go take advantage of that discount, madam. Okay. Maureen says, Kempire, what are you doing for the 4th? Minding my business. I don't know what I'm doing for the 4th yet. I really don't love to do too much on 4th of July because everybody is out and doing all the stuff. So I want to do something small and quaint like I did last year. So, yeah. Scorpio says, it's all canceled, the State Fair performances. Oh, really? I saw something yesterday where 50 Cent was performing at one of them. Oh, yeah, Busta Rhymes and Timbaland, too. Thank you, Ernica. I saw something. They're performing somewhere. I mean, the fact that they even thought to perform, just saying. But I don't think anyone should be surprised. All right, we're not going to get into all that, but happy 4th. Happy belated Juneteenth. Okay. All right, let's get to our Tuesday Takeover. If you're new here, our Tuesday Takeover is where we talk about a variety of reality TV news. Sometimes we talk about scripted stuff. I do want to talk a little bit about the polygamous. I might talk more about the polygamous and maybe do a little watch party on the Patreon. I've been getting into the polygamous. You guys told me about it, and I started watching it over the weekend, and I said, oh, what are we doing here? So we'll get to that in just a second. Let me actually open my notes so I remember everything because we have a lot to get into, and I will add the timestamps when I get ready, okay? Because it's a lot of work for me. All right, y'all have no idea all the stuff that I end up doing. So I'll add the timestamps later, okay? It could be tomorrow. We'll see, okay? Either way, enjoy. Oh, I know that's right. Nylon says, I call the 4th Juneteenth Part 2. Honestly, especially if you couldn't celebrate Juneteenth a couple of weeks ago. Juneteenth this weekend. All right. It's Saturday, right? July 4th? All right. Where do I want to be? Look, where do I even want to begin? Where are my notes? Oh, there we go. Clive Davis died. Well, he had his funeral already. Did you see that? The funeral happened already. That was quick. But then I thought to myself, well, he was 94. I mean, I'm sure they had been planning this for a while, right? Because Alicia Keys was there, Barry Manilow was there, Bruce Springsteen was there. Name them, they were there. But I'm not surprised. Clive Davis has been a mainstay in the music industry and pop culture for many, many years. So I'm not surprised at all the big names that were there, including Dionne Warwick. I'm not here to talk to you about the funeral. I'm here to talk to you about Auntie Dionne Warwick. Can I show you guys this moment from the funeral? You saw it by now, right? Okay, let me show you what happened at the funeral. Hold on.
Good morning. All right now, y'all. I said good morning.
Let me just say something. First of all, you already know there are a variety of different types of people. This wasn't like a black funeral, okay? Because if this was a black funeral, everyone would have said, good morning, Miss Dionne. We would have added that, or Auntie Dionne. This was, oh yeah, Jennifer Hudson was there, hooting and hollering, as Sharkaz says. Yeah. Okay. Let me focus on this and remind me to talk about Jennifer Hudson in a second, okay? Okay. Dionne said, good morning, silence, crickets. Dionne forgot that we were amongst mixed company, okay? Mixed company. She said, y'all better say good morning to me. Let me rewind, okay?
Good morning.
Hello?
All right now, y'all. I said good morning.
You heard the laugh at the end, too? She was like, this is a woman of a particular age. Dionne Warwick is, 70-something years old, right? And she's a legend. She's an icon. There is no debating that. We'll talk about that when we talk about the BET Awards. She said, good morning. Why did I watch this from afar? I wasn't in the building. It was the afternoon when I was watching this. But when I heard her say good morning and she said it again, I said, oh, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Auntie Dion. All right. April said, no, it's called manners. Oh, well, here's the thing. What if I whispered it and they just speak up? Okay, well, damn. All right. Oh, Dion's 85. Well, you know, she looks 70 something. I'm sure. Why are you telling her age, Keith? Someone hit Keith in the knee. Don't be telling her age. I was trying to be nice. Okay. I was trying to be nice. Hey, see? All right, see? Stop clocking her age. All right. All right. So Miss Dion said, here we go. Here we go.
Good morning. All right now, y'all. I said good morning.
Good morning.
You're supposed to be talking to me when I talk to you.
Ooh. She said, y'all supposed to be talking to me when I talk to you. Okay? I got to play it again because that's how funny it was. You know this is going to be included in any of my new videos, okay?
Good morning. All right now, y'all. I said good morning. You're supposed to be talking to me when I talk to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Clive.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I just had to talk about that. I'm not here to talk about Clive Davis's funeral, all right? I'm not here to talk about Clive Davis's funeral. So shout out to Dionne Warwick getting the respect that she deserves when she tells you good morning. You respond, all right? I'll bet you the people that were there have learned their lesson. I'm willing to bet that there were some people, the black people in the audience that were like, good morning. You just couldn't hear them. She wanted to hear the resounding good morning, all right? She said, when I talk to you, you talk to me, all right? Right, Zach Thiel says she instilled the fear of God in me, and I wasn't even there. Me too. It was the afternoon, and I was like, good morning. Look, good morning. All right. Aisha says, I knew you would add this sound. Come on now. Just saying. All right. Kendra says, Kempire, I do this to coworkers when I speak and they don't speak back. Better speak back. Ooh. I mean, my thing is I've never had that problem. Someone says good morning to me, I'm like, good morning. Good morning. I'm responding. But again, like someone said in the chat, that's called manners. Right? Shonda Lynn says, well, they learned that day. I'm telling you, everybody learned. She just taught them a whole new lesson in proper etiquette. When someone says good morning, everyone in the church says amen. Okay? Okay, Wave Key says, Miss Dion must be a Baptist. Is she? I don't know. Right? Nicole says, Clyde sat up for that one. If he could, he would have. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. Can we talk about Twista? I know. How do we go from that to Twista? Twista could be going to jail, y'all. Okay, for those that don't know who I'm talking about, because I forget too, some people were like, who's Twista? The game? No. Twista, the rapper, the one that raps really fast. I mean, he hasn't had a hit in years, but apparently that hasn't hurt him when it comes to his pockets. But it's about to, because Twista hasn't been paying his taxes. I heard this over the weekend. I said, oop, add to list for Tuesday Takeover. But here's the problem. He wouldn't have to go to jail because he had been warned by the IRS and by his accountants. I was just on the phone with my accountant yesterday and like, well, can I do this? And he's like, no. Chicago rap veteran Twista has pleaded guilty in federal court after prosecutors accused him of dodging hundreds of thousands of dollars in income taxes over multiple years. According to court docs filed this week, the 52-year-old born Carl Mitchell, I have never known his real name, entered a guilty plea last month in U.S. District Court. He probably entered a guilty plea because they probably had all the evidence to prove that he didn't. All right? So, admitting to 5 counts of willfully failing to pay income tax. Federal prosecutors say that Twista failed to pay income taxes from 2019, before the pandemic, through 2023, despite earning income from performances, streaming royalties, album sales, and music licensing. Album sales? Wait. I mean, he does have a catalog, but I'm just like, how much could it be? Authorities say that both the IRS and his accountants repeatedly warned him about his growing tax debt. That's the part that got me. Monique said he looks like a Carl. Let me show y'all a picture, because some of y'all were like, who is this? And I want our audience to be informed. So let me show y'all who Twista, the rapper, is, a.k.a. Carl Mitchell. That's his real name. I never knew his real name in my entire life. He does look like a Carl Mitchell, though. Let me show you what Carl looks like. This is Carl Mitchell right here. For those that are watching on YouTube, but for those that are listening on the podcast, that's Carl Mitchell, all right? A.k.a. Twista, the rapper, who now is facing jail time for not paying his taxes. So let me just remind you what they said about Carl. They said, according to court docs filed this week, the 52-year-old born Carl Mitchell entered a guilty plea last month in U.S. District Court, admitting to 5 counts of willfully failing to pay income taxes. Federal prosecutors say that Twista failed to pay income taxes from 2019 through 2023, despite earning income from performances, streaming royalties, album sales, and music licensing. Authorities say that both the IRS and his accountants repeatedly, let me show myself, repeatedly, because some of y'all are using my content and using my voice on y'all YouTube videos. Y'all lazy? Okay, real lazy. I saw an AI news reporter this morning. I was like, is this AI? But anyway, I've digressed. So authorities say both the IRS and his accountants repeatedly warned him about his growing tax debt and his legal obligation to pay. And I know what you're saying. What about the president? Well, because of the laws, the president has been able to get away with not paying taxes because of how much money he apparently has. So it's not that he hasn't paid his taxes. It's the legal loopholes for millionaires and billionaires that has allowed him not to pay taxes. Him and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. While the rest of us are paying way more taxes than the president of the United States, that's a billionaire, or the new trillionaire, that's Elon Musk. But I've digressed. Back to Twista. So they said authorities say that both the IRS and his accountants repeatedly warned him about his growing tax debt and his legal obligation to pay. Warnings that apparently didn't work during the years he failed to fork over his cash to Uncle Sam. Instead of settling what he owed, prosecutors claim that Twista entered agreements with a third-party company. So now this is where you need to go to jail. Entered in agreements with a third-party company to receive advances on future royalty payments. A move officials say was structured in a way that kept the IRS from accessing those funds. Investigators also allege he continued to spend here's the part, y'all. This is what Carl did. Carl Mitchell, aka Twista. Investigators also allege that he continued spending heavily during the period in question, including purchasing at least 4 luxury vehicles rather than using the money to address his tax liability. According to court records, Twista's unpaid tax obligations date back to 2011 and total more than $440,000. Really? Oh my goodness. You know what it is? They see these other people getting away with stuff. They forget that they're black. Just saying. Each of the 5 counts carry a maximum sentence of up to 1 year in prison, though any punishment will ultimately be determined by a federal judge at sentencing. Twista is scheduled to be sentenced on October 22nd. So he could have avoided jail just by paying his taxes. Or even if he didn't have it, even though it doesn't sound like he didn't have it, buying 4 luxury cars, he could have come up with some sort of payment plan with the government. I don't get it, but fine. Someone said, hold on. April said, lock him up. Not lock him up. Well, damn. Exactly. Nicole says, why bother hiring accountants? Right. That part. Because that's the whole reason why they're there. If you're not going to pay your taxes, you might as well why are you paying them? Unless that's going to be the next thing that they're going to sue for the fact that you haven't paid them. Fine. All right. So Twista might be going to jail for like 5 years, y'all, for not paying his taxes, for intentionally not paying his taxes. The IRS warned him. His accountants warned him. Okay. That's Twista. All right. Speaking of Twista, I have to figure out a segue. So it was Pride weekend here in New York City, and Harlem Pride happens every year as well during Pride weekend. So that's a Saturday. So you remember Jussie Smollett. We reported on Jussie Smollett, his whole legal situation, him going to jail, getting out of jail, and then them dismissing his case because of blah, 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 blah. Please understand that dismissal did not mean that Jussie Smollett was innocent. Okay? So Jussie, or Juicy as they like to call him, is going viral yet again this week for his performance at Harlem Pride. And before the Jussie fan club, because there is a handful of you that's a Jussie fan club, before y'all go, I did see the entire performance. It didn't get much better. But this particular portion of the performance is what's going viral. I have to mute some of it, y'all, because of copyright, all right? All right, let me show you Jussie's performance. Okay, Jussie was getting down. Hold on. Okay. Wait, I got to beat some of it, okay? See him do the bounce. All right, now he's dancing. He got his dancers. Hear that part? Oh, he said he ain't hurt no more. Hold on. Rewind the tape. Y'all see the dancer on the far right. All right? The dancer on the far right. Y'all pay attention to his facial expression when Jussie is trying to hit that note. Which, again, in all fairness, he was just dancing. He was bopping and weaving, doing the bounce and doing all this stuff. He even jumps into the Running Man at one particular point. Okay? Theo says, oh, no, I'm scared. Theo, you didn't see this? Theo, you follow me on X. I posted this. Let me show you. Just pay attention to the guy on the far right. Okay, far right. Hold on. I ain't hurt no more. Wait. You see his face? He does not want. He's like trying to hold in the laughter from the flat notes that he's hearing. Okay. All right. But it's not over. I ain't hurt no more. All right. He wasn't done though. Okay, they getting down. Okay. All right. Get down. Pause. I'll say this. For those that don't remember where Jussie's from, Jussie is not the fake Seto. Selena said his fake Seto. Here's the thing. I've never been a fan of Jussie's music. Remember, that was part of his thing on Empire. He was a singer. He's since tried to produce his own music and things like that. I have never been a fan of the music. Between the vocals and between the song quality just not being great. So when here we go. Lulu says, Kempire, leave your fellow gay brother alone now. Here's the thing. When you get on a public stage, people are going to react to your performance. I'm reporting the news, okay? But I also find it very interesting. And Lulu, I'm sure you're being somewhat facetious, or maybe you're not. There's a handful of y'all that were like, look, this is why we can't prosper as a people. Don't ever in your life try to defend Jussie to me talking about this is why we can't prosper as a people. This is the same man that wanted to use him being gay and black as a way to bring, not even trying to do anything besides bring attention to himself. Okay? So please do not ever in your life come to me and be like, oh, we can't prosper as a people. You shouldn't talk about No, Jussie is not an advocate for anyone but himself. and the tomfoolery that he tried to do. Just saying. Please save me, you and your soapbox when you come to defend Jussie Smollett. Okay, there's a reason why when we talk about fake crimes, we add Jussie Smollett to it. Please understand. Okay, not the gay Tupac. Flip Virgo says, not Jussie getting dragged on the last day of Prime. I'm not even dragging Jussie. I'm just reporting the news. People are talking about this performance, all right, and these notes, okay? These notes. Let me give y'all the notes, all right? Okay? He's giving you these notes, all right? Anyway, happy Pride. Lulu, I wasn't coming for you because I feel like you were being somewhat facetious, but there were a lot of people in the comment section on other platforms that were like, you should be ashamed of yourself. He looks like he's happy. He's having a good time. Why do black people have to come after other black people all the time? Really? You can say that maybe about some other people. Please never use that when it comes to Jussie Smollett. Please don't do that. No. Miss Esquire says, please make this a South Kempire. Done. look, done. Because as soon as you said it, I said, that sounds about right. Look, I can do it myself. No, mine's 2 on key. All right. Catherine says, okay, Portia, the journalist. You know what? Poor Portia. Okay. All right. So that's the update on Jussie. Jussie had his performance in Harlem. Jussie was in the comment section of different videos addressing it. She's like, I was tired and da-da-da. Well, you look tired, okay? You look tired, all right? But I've seen Jussie perform before. It's pretty much a lot of the same. Just saying, it's a lot of the same. It's a lot of the same. Who else has seen him perform? Just saying. Oh, who had the Jussie album? Show yourself. Your finest auntie, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Your finest auntie says, Kemp, you messy. Keep going because I'm tickled as AF. You know what? Don't encourage me. Your finest auntie. I love saying your name, though, on here every time because I feel entitled to cuss, all right? You know when I'm going to be really cussing? Kempire After Dark, September 25th. Go get your tickets today, guys. Here in New York City, it will be our last show of 2026. It'll be here in New York City. Go get your tickets today. I'll be at the Green Room 42. There'll be meet and greets. But again, also don't be afraid to come on your own. So many people tell me that they're a little paranoid about coming on their own. This is the one time you can go somewhere and be okay on your own. All right. There's also a live stream available. So even if you can't come, let's say you're in another part of the country, you can still be a part of the live show and be able to watch the live show for a week after. Ticket information will be available in the description. We also posted and pinned our new Patreon. So join our Patreon. I went live last night and talked more about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I talked about some Potomac tea. I dropped some Roni stuff as well. That's where I'm going to start going live. I might go live again this evening on the Patreon. So be sure to follow us there. The link will be available. Arjun, we're going to talk. We're going to talk about some Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm just saving the good stuff for the end, all right? Have some respect, Arjun, next time you come in here. Look.
Good morning. All right now, y'all. I said good morning.
Arjun. Did Arjun even come in and say good morning?
When I talk to you.
Did Arjun even come inside and say good afternoon, good morning, or good evening? Did he even do any of that? He just came in and asked a question. And he asked the question twice. You're about to get blocked, Arjun. You're about to get blocked. No, I'm joking. All right. Where do I want to go next? Well, since Winter asked that question, I guess we'll talk about Real Housewives of Rhode Island reunion part 2. How did you guys feel about the reunion after seeing both parts? I have to say, it was good. It was definitely good. I'm glad they kept the season short. I hope they will keep next season short, too, if they don't have a lot. Because, as you know, I've said this before, I felt like by the time we got to episode 10, I was like, we could wrap it up right now. But I get it. They have their own schedule. They have their own episodes that's edited. But I felt like a 2-part reunion was good. Rula, at this particular point, girl, you like it, we love it. I know I keep saying that. I've said that since mid-season. All right. You like it, we love it. It's very clear that man has a lying problem. He has not been honest with you ever. At one particular point during this reunion, Rula is finding out stuff that she didn't even know. So this man still is lying to you. It's still lying to you. I will say this. Joellen got on my nerves. I appreciate what she brought to this season. I appreciate both the receipts, but also her own personal story and the humor. Your husband's a slut. Your husband's a slut. Because you know that's how the reunion started, with Rula and Joellen going at it. Your husband's a slut. All right? But I will say, by the end of the reunion, I was annoyed with Joellen. Because I get it. He came for your job. You were called a liar. But I was just so annoyed because it felt like you had so much information on everybody. It wasn't even just Rula. You had so much information about Rosie. You had so much information about Liz. You had so much information about all these other people. But is your home clean? I hope so. I hope your backyard is clean. I hope there's nothing in your closet. Because the amount of information that you dug up on all of these women and you brought receipts to the reunion, I'm just sort of like, girl, you can't be a happy person at home, even though they appear to be very much happy, but you can't be a truly happy person at home doing all of what you were doing at this reunion. I mean, we appreciate it because we're looking at Real Housewives of Atlanta, people just putting stuff out there with no receipts. But I have to say, at this reunion, she annoyed me. I was like, Joellen, sit down. Like, you seem to have everybody's information, including Rosie's information. Rosie, why didn't you bring that suitcase out there? Why did you keep that back? And she was like, it was heavy. You should have put it behind you so that way you could pull stuff out. Because she came with receipts. I believe Rosie. It's very easy, you know, like Shamia said on Real Housewives of Atlanta this week, that it's very easy for people to believe the salacious untruth than the actual truth with receipts. But I believe Rosie. I feel like Kelsey was reaching. And I don't believe Kelsey when she talks about the timeline of her relationship during this reunion. Who believes Kelsey? First of all, I still don't understand why Kelsey was still at this reunion, doubling down on the square footage, doubling down on her getting fired for having an affair. You had no proof. You had no proof. And Joellen's talking about, you know, it's in the police. Your name is in the police report. Did you see the police report? No, but I know the officers that wrote the police report. Now they could lose their job because you said that, because the people that wrote the police report are going to be confronted. Right? She shouldn't know that information. Joellen, I have to say, by the end of the reunion, I was just like, Joellen, I appreciate what you brought this season, but you annoyed me. Kelsey annoyed me. Let me get to one of the stories. So there's a rumor out there from our friends over at Bravo and Cocktails that Liz McGraw won't be coming back next season. I kind of believe it because I felt like Liz didn't love the attention that she got this season. While Joellen, I feel, loved it, I feel that Liz did not love the attention and might be getting off this show to avoid any more attention on her and her personal life and business and things like that. They did mention Dino during the reunion. Jerry was sort of like, Dino's more famous than we are right now. And she says, yeah, for all the wrong reasons. So I wouldn't be surprised if Liz gets off of this show for a variety of reasons. It didn't seem like she liked the amount of attention that she got from being on the show, unlike people like Joellen. There are certain people on this cast, more so it's Joellen. I can't even say that and Kelsey. They're the two thirstiest women on the show. And I'm not saying that Rosie isn't thirsty, but I feel like Joellen and Kelsey you're going to see a very big difference in their personalities come next season. I definitely think so. And you saw when Bill came out, her boyfriend came out, she was controlling everything that he would say. And look, there are relationships very much like Kelsey and Bill's relationship, but it's very clear to me that she is calling the shots in that relationship. He's paying her car insurance, but she's paying her own health insurance. Okay. All right, girl. I don't believe anything she said about her relationship with that man. She claims that he was a part of the initial process of doing her like sizzle reel and her audition tape. But when he found out that this was going to be picked up by Real Housewives, that's when he decided not to be a part. She said because he watches Real Housewives and he didn't want the other women talking about him and blah, blah, blah. Mind you, they still did that anyway. But if you're doing a reality show, anyone that's on this reality show with you is going to be talking about you. Again, I felt like every time that Kelsey spoke, it's like she was making up a story. And honestly, I kind of wish that Rosie challenged some of that, because in the interviews that she did after the reunion, she was talking about what she had heard. And again, I know some of you are going to be like, well, yeah, Rosie didn't say anything. But we also have to keep in mind, too, editing is a very funny thing. She could have said something and they just completely edited it out. And the times that Kelsey was talking and they show Rosie's face, they could have easily taken her face from another moment during the reunion and put it there. I know you're probably like, they do that? Yes, they do that. And these housewives sign off on their ability to do that. I don't know if Rosie just didn't want to fight or she did say something and they edited it out. I don't know. But I have to say, watching Kelsey navigate this reunion and give her excuses for why her ex wasn't on the show, the timeline of this, I'm just sort of like, did the timeline, Kelsey's timeline, make sense to you guys? Because she was like, we were on and off for a lot of time, so sometimes people would see me with Bill and they would not. She also claims that when she first got into the relationship with this guy, that, what did she say? Oh, when she first got, she thought that they were exclusive. It wasn't until well into the relationship that she found out about this other woman that he's no longer with. Like, they broke up in 2020. The timeline is not making 100% sense, right, y'all? If they broke up in 2020, why is that a thing now? Why are we talking about that in 2026? That's 6 years ago. So I don't, it's not making sense to me. Again, we're watching an edited version of what was said, but it's not making 100% sense. And I think it's because Kelsey is a liar. Speaking of lying, I don't know this for a fact, but you remember there were rumors that she may have been a lady of the night. And I said to you, like, just based on what we've heard about her relationship with this other guy, it's definitely giving that. It's giving that energy. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's giving that energy like, you were 19 when you got with this man. He was well older than you were. He paid for your entire lifestyle. I don't know. Remember, she also had the brain tumor, and she said during the reunion, some of the things I'm talking about you may not even remember from the Bravo version because I watched the Peacock version. But she said that she pushed off her brain surgery in order to compete. And I'm thinking to myself, well, did he actually buy off the judges? Because he's like, she just found out she has this brain tumor. Let me pay off the judges so she could win. Okay. All right. No, Winter, apparently he broke up with that other woman that he was dating the same time as her in 2020. But even then, so why are we still talking about the lady from 2020 if you and he broke up like a year ago? It doesn't make sense. Savannah says it's giving Pretty Woman. And if you remember the movie Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts, you remember what she was. And we're not shaming anyone for it. But here's what didn't land for me when she tried to explain all the things that people found online. She claims that some other woman that actually is a lady of the night, she says that it may have been her that was posting these fake accounts about her online. And she claims that this woman of the night also shared friends of hers. So wait, some of y'all, so the people that you commingle with are also commingling with this other lady of the night? I'm just saying, does anyone, in your friend group, and this is not shaming anyone because you know how we feel about sex work over here. But my thing is, in your friend group, do you have, are you commingling like that? Just asking. Or maybe you don't even know. But I'm asking a question. I'm asking the question. Okay? Who said make a wish? Lord have mercy. Not make a wish of us. Oh my gosh, you guys are our best. Let me say thank you, guys. If you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday takeover. Be sure to like today's video. Gina, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support. Thank you for another super chat. Wait, let me shimmy. Was that $20? Gina says, Kemp, would you like Monique or another friend of the clique to take Kelsey, Rula, or Ashley's spot? Ashley can stay. Ashley's quirky, weird. She brings balance to this group. I would rather Monique come to replace Kelsey, but I don't feel like Rula is going to give us the truth. And Rula barely showed up this last season. So if Rula's not going to show up consistently this season, I don't want to see Brian anymore. Unless she's divorcing, unless Rula announces her divorce, and I'm not wishing divorce on her, unless she's announcing her divorce, I don't want to see Brian anymore on my television screen. It's not just because he's not that pleasant to look at. I don't want to see this situation because I see him as a liar. I see him, he came on this reunion and was just like, I can't really talk about that because there's a non-disclosure agreement. And Andy's like confused. You can't talk about it. And then you couldn't talk about you putting a tracker on your wife, but the case was dismissed and you can't talk about it. So he kept on using that as an excuse. And we kept on finding out things about that Joellen had about him that Rula seemed like, oh, I don't know about that. Rula didn't know about him calling and telling Jerry about seeing Liz dancing with some other guy. Rula didn't know when exactly he got divorced from the Spanish teacher. For me, Alicia was the MVP at this reunion. Anyone else? Alicia was the MVP at this reunion. Because she made me laugh. We had that really sweet moment between her and Billy. Billy gave her 50% of his shares in Pizza Mama. And we found out that Alicia was more of the problem than anyone else. She didn't want to go to, because Billy was willing to give her the information that she needed to know this is what it is. He even explained the prenup situation. So the prenup situation was all on her. She was just turned off by the prenup. So it wasn't like they didn't negotiate a prenup and they came to terms. She was just turned off by the whole situation. She was also she's like, I don't want to meet with Sarah. That's the office manager. I don't want to meet with Sarah because, I like monthly meetings so she could understand. She's also in the trust when it comes to the home. And look, I know some people are like, do y'all think that this was pre-produced, that she really already knew these things? No, I think she really is that much of like, I don't want to know any of that stuff. So she's like, I don't know. I'm not on the house, but she really is on the house, but it's in a trust, but she doesn't understand what that means. But okay. I do find it interesting, though, they didn't bring up her Instagram story posts. Remember the Instagram stories where she alluded that there might have been someone was taking her money? And she doesn't know anything about her money. Like all her money from Housewives and sponsorships and things like that is going into the same account that's managed by Sarah. Okay? I need her to have a separate FU fund, though. I'll just say that. But back to Rula. So Rula is over there, and Rula is gobsmacked, as someone said in the chat, by some of this information that's coming out, including when or whether he divorced the Spanish teacher. We'll talk about that in a second. I want to say thank you to MyFitnessPal for sponsoring today first. Quick MyFitnessPal moment. This week, I met with my nutritionist, and something in my head said, ding, ding, ding. I need to mention to her that I'm using MyFitnessPal now. Here's the thing. Every time I meet with my nutritionist, she asks me, okay, so what is your diet like now? What are you eating? Walk me through a week of your eating. And a lot of times, I don't remember half of what I've eaten between the snacks and things like that. But as you know, I've been using MyFitnessPal again after years of taking a break from it. But I've been using it actively for the last couple of weeks. And this time, I was able to go through my day with her. And she also helped me figure out what should be my calorie goal. What exactly is MyFitnessPal saying in regards to my carbohydrates when it comes to my fats and things like that? So meeting with my nutritionist actually helped me utilize the app even more. But the cool thing too is I can also export a lot of the information from MyFitnessPal Premium, and I can send that information to her so she has a better understanding of what my date really looks like. That also saves us on time in regards to what we can discuss in our hour. I thought it was really cool. She opened up her MyFitnessPal app because she has one too. And we walked through the cool things that are available within the app that can help me actually have a better meeting with her. No more guessing. I opened MyFitnessPal and there was my whole week logged right in front of us. Real data instead of my memory. Because as I keep mentioning to you, your nutrition is the foundation of everything. From your energy to your sleep, and more importantly, your recovery. And if you don't know what you're doing when it comes to your diet, when you don't know what your activity looks like or what your food intake looks like, then you can't dial it in if you don't actually see it. And that's what Premium does for me. As always, I've gotten you a discount. Go to podcast.myfitnesspal.com and use code KEMPIRE, all uppercase letters, for 15% off Premium. More information on MyFitnessPal will be available in the description. And we're back. Shout out to MyFitnessPal. Again, guys, more information on MyFitnessPal and Premium and your discount will be available in the description. So some of you said that it was mentioned. I watched this damn reunion twice, and I completely missed that part. 'Cause I was like, wait, are they not going to? Because I know they had a whole conversation about Alicia and the finances and things like that. And Sharkaz says, yeah, I like Alicia, but I hate when women don't take an interest in the finances that support them. Hopefully she will get it together. I think with these women and the community, the Bravo universe, she is going to pay a little bit more attention. She definitely needs her own account. But as Way of Keith says, Billy does seem like a good guy. And based on what the other women are saying in this group, he does seem like a really good guy. And based on what we found out during this reunion, he has been a good guy. Her name is on the house. She signed off during the reunion 50% of his shares to Pizza Mama. So, okay. All right. Back to Rula, though. So when exactly did he get the divorce? Look, we know divorces can take a long time. I will give him some grace when it comes to the divorce because they filed for divorce in 2011. Even though his timeline was different. Because let me look at what I wrote down. Because according to Rula, she met Brian in 2013 and they got married in 2016. Okay? According to him, he says he got a divorce September of 2012. And Rula says 2010 he got his divorce. Something's not adding up. But according to the court records, according to what Joellen digged up, again, you got to be so sad, but I get it. It's a reunion. You're doing reality television. 2011 is when they filed for divorce, but it wasn't settled until 2016. And then Joellen, again, this is what annoyed me a little bit about Joellen. She was like, so when exactly did you get pregnant? Why do you need to know any of this stuff? But I get it. She was trying to piece together the timeline. So she's trying to say that Rula was pregnant when he was still married to this woman, but she filed for divorce in 2011. So what exactly are you saying here, Joellen? So for me, it actually exposed you being a little mean and nasty because how does this prove that you're not a liar? That doesn't. It just makes Rula look terrible in front of her community that she may have been pregnant out of wedlock. How does that benefit you, Joellen? Okay? Some might say this, though. Here I go twerking on a fence. Rula was accusing Joellen of being a slut and cheating on her husband and saying that she's been sleeping with some of the doctors that she's met in her job. What do you guys think? Do you believe that? I just feel like for Joellen to be digging up all these people's information, her backyard better be clean. Clean. Damn, Coco was watching on Twitch. Coco says, I'm beginning to think Joellen might have been an insufferable teenager. So you're understanding why her mother sent her away? Come on. Wow. Carla says that everything Joellen does is mean and nasty. I felt like that was too far. I felt like she went too far with that because now it's beyond proving that you are telling the truth. Now you're trying to expose Rula. But again, Rula came out of there defending Brian when she probably really shouldn't be defending Brian. throwing Joellen under the bus. If she had just came out and defended her family and her marriage, then I could understand. But you're coming at Joellen saying that you're cheating on your husband. Casey says, I could believe it. Savannah says, listen, the Rhode Islanders are glad Alicia's not driving in these streets. Well, apparently she's going to start, though, based off that agreement that she signed. Thank you, Complex Cutie. She says, hey, Kempire, they did bring up the Instagram post. Was that in the Peacock version? Maybe. Either way, I'm glad they did because I was a little concerned. But it does seem like she is intentionally ignorant when it comes to her finances, which I hate for you, Alicia, but I think you're going to get it together. Sidebar, speaking of like the financials, none of the ladies have prenuptial agreements on the cast except Rula. Rula says that she has a prenup and her husband has a prenup. How does that work? I don't understand. How does that work? But remember, that's her business. She works in she has her own financial firm. So she seems smart in that aspect. But when it comes to this relationship, that man's still cheating on you. I mean, he may not be cheating on you with that mistress, but I believe that there is still a lot of information that you do not know. Just at this reunion alone, a lot was exposed. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about this reunion? How did you guys feel about the reunion? If you had to grade the reunion from 1 to 10, part 1 and part 2, how would you grade it? I thought it was a good reunion. I would give them an 8.5, maybe a 9. The season, I would give a solid 8. I felt like it could have been a shorter season. I'm sure they're going to probably start filming their new season over the summer. I think once Jersey stops filming, they're going to pick up filming again. I did see the little conversation that was happening between Rula and Rosie during one of the breaks, where Rosie was like, yeah, because Rula was saying, there's a lot of stuff on them in regards to like Kelsey and Joellen that's not coming out during the reunion. And Rosie was like, yeah, it'll have to be season 2. So they're going to be coming in guns a-blazing when it comes to season 2. I don't know. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 8s and 9s and 10s. Okay. Right, Winter says, Brian ain't even hot to be cheating so much. Isn't it always the ugly one? Oh, damn. But come on, y'all know people that have cheated. Isn't it always the ugly ones or the ones that aren't the best looking that's cheating? And you're like, you had the nerve to cheat on me. I got with an ugly man just so I wouldn't get cheated on. Not me. I'm just saying this is what I think people are thinking. I'm a Taurus. The aesthetic has to be there. I have to be attracted to you on some level. It can't just be personality. Okay. So I don't know. Right? Jennifer says, I couldn't live like Rula. She's a fool to ever trust that pig again. Honestly, and that's what it gives. His whole demeanor gives that. And just the fact that he was trying to evade answering questions during this reunion, talking about, first of all, I don't know if this was in the Bravo version, but in the Peacock version, Joellen's husband said that he met the mistress and Brian out. And she introduced Brian as her boyfriend. And Brian's like, no, that never happened. I believe that happened. I believe Joellen's husband. Anyone else? I don't believe Joellen's necessarily a liar. I definitely think this fame has gone to her head. I definitely think she is a busybody and trying to produce. But I believe that mistress introduced him as the boyfriend. Here's my boyfriend. Tamia says the Uggos love to cheat. Not the Uggos. Can I use that? I like that. Gina says Brian is so slimy, reminding me of Louie from Real Housewives of New Jersey. She's still with that man, but I think Teresa's still with that man to prove us wrong. But time will tell. Winter says you don't notice how Rula never kisses him. She gives him the side of her face. It could be for makeup, though. They're at the reunion, kind of. She doesn't want that Uggo to mess up her makeup. Kempire, Nicole says, Kempire. Oh, damn. Nicole, where'd your comment go? Nicole says, Kempire, the ugly ones are the worst ones, especially when their significant other is pretty and beautiful. Because beautiful women in general, you guys aren't superficial like that. You will date an ugly man. Which I can appreciate about women, but sometimes I wish that y'all would be a little bit more superficial. Because I see beautiful women with not the best men. Exactly. Maddie says word of the day, Uggo. Right? I love that word. Thank you. Uggos I can. Yes. Come on now, Uggo. Come on, Uggo. Yeah. I feel like women they're not as superficial when it comes to men's looks and things like that. You guys will be a little bit more open to dating a man that's not the best looking. All right. Savannah says if the money is right, laughing out loud. We'll see. But I'm telling you, it's the ugly ones that will cheat on you. All right. Even though you're drop dead gorgeous, the ugly one. I mean, look at Beyonce. I mean, perfect example. She wrote a whole album about it. And we were like, really? Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce? Uh-huh. Miss Esquire, thank you for being a member. Miss Esquire says, Kempire, most men are not attracted to the female gaze. Oh. Well, damn. Well, damn. Okay. Exactly. Low Love says, Uggo? Laughing out loud. Yeah. All right. Was there anything else that I didn't talk about in regards? Okay. Back to Kelsey, though. Kelsey seems obsessed with Rosie. I definitely think there's a level of jealousy with Kelsey. I don't know why. So Kelsey was talking about the square footage of her home and settling that conversation. All her receipts were at backstage. And she mentioned that she sold her condo to put down on this condo. So she's talking about that, and Kelsey was like, "Well, that's not what I heard." She's trying to make it seem like she put down $800,000-$900,000 on the house. She never said that. You are obsessed with Rosie. It's weird at this point. Worry about your situation. I think you're jealous because Rich has his own, and they seem to love each other. I don't think she loves him, but that's a whole other conversation. I said that during the season. It seems like because they do seem like they have a friendship in their relationship, and it seems like you basically have a lapdog. Sorry, Bill. Sorry. The way that she kissed Bill, and then she was like, wipe your mouth off. And then when he was trying to answer questions and things like that, she was like answering it for him. So Bill is just her lapdog. I think her reason to stay on this show, because the other man wouldn't stay on the show. She's now living with Bill too. She's now living with Bill. He's paying for her car insurance, and she's paying her own health insurance. I wouldn't be surprised if she's paying for both, but she wants to paint that picture that he's taking care of things. Okay, Kelsey. All right. I mean, he still wanted the best dress at the reunion, though. He got that at least. Hey, Patricia. Patricia says, I'm here. Hey, everybody. Ooh. Carla says Kelsey is single white roommate obsessed. Oh, well, damn. Raj, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. They say, I thought that Joellen was trying to make a point that Rula wasn't actually married. I also didn't understand what her pregnancy had to do with anything. Yeah. I think she wanted to get back at Rula for the things that Rula was saying about her and her marriage and things like that. So I can't even be that mad at Joellen, because it wasn't like Rula wasn't accusing her of cheating on her husband, which has damaging effects. But yeah, bringing up that whole, that she wasn't married when they got married. I mean, the timeline basically proved what Joellen was saying, though. Winter says Kelsey ain't going past season 2. I have to say the same thing, because what else is Kelsey going to offer us in season 2? I could see her coming back, but what is she going to offer us? Her relationship with Bill? That's like watching paint dry. Bill don't have much of a personality. Sorry, Bill. Look, poor Bill. He's just getting it every which way. He's getting it from Kelsey. He's getting it from us. You know what, Bill? I think you deserve better, if I'm going to be honest with you. I know Kelsey's a beautiful woman, and sometimes that's all you guys think about is a beautiful woman. So that's the other side, ladies. You guys aren't superficial, but men can be superficial and not even care about what else this woman can offer. Can she cook a meal? And look, does she keep house? Because she's so used to everyone taking the seeds out of her lemons. Can she actually keep a house? So what exactly is she offering to the relationship? For some men, the fact that she's a beautiful woman, that's it. That's all he cares about. And he's been chasing her for how many years? Do you guys believe that he was celibate for a year and that he was using his hand the entire year? I don't believe that. What loyalty did he have to Kelsey? I don't believe that. But fine. You like it, Bill, very much like Rula likes it. We love it for you. RC says that Bill's smitten with Kelsey. He's the only one. He's the only one. All right, let's move on. Let me talk about, okay, there's a few stories that I need to get into. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about Rachel. Rachel? Why did I write Rachel? Amanda. Whatever. I wrote Rachel thinking about Rachel from Scandival, but talking about Amanda. So you know Summer House is supposed to start filming this weekend. Word on the street, Ciara's back, Mia's back, Jussie's back. Ben, I know some of you don't know who Ben is. Ben was a newbie that was a part of the season. Apparently he's not coming back. We already heard that Wes is not coming back. No surprise. Are you surprised that now TMZ is reporting that Amanda Batula is not coming back to Summer House? Who's shocked? I am not shocked at all. So they write this in regards to Amanda. It says, Amanda Batula is officially leaving the Hamptons behind because TMZ has learned that the longtime Summer House star will not be returning to season 11. Sources connected to the series tell TMZ that Amanda is not expected to be a part of the cast when production gets underway on the July 4th holiday weekend. Like any reality show, there's still a chance Amanda could drop in at some point during the season in a group setting, but as of now, she won't be returning as a full-time cast member. The move marks a major shift for the Bravo franchise, as Amanda has been one of the show's most recognizable faces since the beginning, but also the least interesting one. And this is coming from someone that hasn't watched the show, but you guys have given me the notes. She has never really brought much of anything to this show. And what's kept her on the show is her relationship to Kyle. So they said a fixture in the house through multiple cast shakeups, relationships, and feuds. Yeah, Kyle's kept her there. Amanda's final season was filled with headline-making moments, particularly her romance with fellow cast member Wes Wilson, who also won't be returning. Dating rumors involving the pair began circulating in early March before they confirmed their relationship in a joint statement later that month. The romance quickly became one of the season's biggest storylines, especially given Amanda's close friendship with Ciara Miller, who previously dated Wes before their tumultuous split. Questions about the relationship continued to dominate conversations throughout the season and reunion, where Wes addressed scrutiny over the timeline of their romance. TMZ broke the story that Wes also won't be returning for season 11. Now Amanda's joining him on the outside looking in. Well, okay. So Amanda won't be back to Summer House. How do you guys feel about that? Do you care? I don't care. I definitely don't care. I mean, I don't know if I'll be watching season 11. I also heard KJ won't be returning for season 11, but as you also know, he opened up on the reunion stage about being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I think that's better, especially when we're talking about reality television. Reality television space is not a safe space for someone that's going through mental health challenges. So they said he may make appearances during the summer because he is good friends with Mia and Ciara. So I can definitely see that happening. But I think it's for the best that he doesn't return. Okay? So that's the update on that. Let me tell y'all about the new hot couple that's happening over there in Summer House. Where's my picture of them? Here they go. So apparently, Ava Dash, who's the daughter of Damon Dash and also on Next Gen NYC, apparently she might be dating Kyle Cook, who's 40 years old. Okay? No, he's like 41 probably now. So according to according to Page 6, they said a spy spotted Summer House star Kyle Cook and Next Gen NYC breakout Ava Dash looking close in the VIP section at the Palm Tree Music Festival on the Shinnecock Nation grounds in Southampton this weekend, despite Cook previously denying there was anything romantic between them. Kyle is on the rebound. So, and it's also summer, okay? It's also summer, so people are going to be hooking up. You never had a summer romance? I should have a summer romance. Shoot. Who wants to be my summer romance? So they were hanging out at a table in the VIP section for sponsor Celsius, the spy tells us. It seems like something romantic was going on from the way they looked at each other. There was definitely a vibe that they were into each other. Two good-looking people? Why not? But there is quite an age difference. She's in her 20s. He's 40-something. Okay? So another source tells Page 6 that they witnessed the reality stars locking lips. They were kissing openly, says the spy. An insider tells us that the pair aren't exactly dating, but they are at the beginning stages of seeing each other. Ava, don't get involved with this married man. He's still married. I'm not saying that that's anything. Yes, clearly separated. But, girl, you got... he also broke. Well, that's what he talked about during his season. Like, he's going through money problems. Your father's broke. Where am I going with this? Okay. What I'm saying is, Ava, you should be dating up, not down. Has your mother taught you nothing? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Has she taught you nothing? Come on. All right. Ava, do better. The source says it's very new. They are talking and hanging out. Another source close to Cook insists that they are not dating. Cook, who's 43, denied that Dash, who's 26, were dating in March following reports that they were holding hands at a dinner. Sorry. I am not dating, he told Andy Cohen. No, that was a friendly dinner. They're probably hooking up for the summer. You know how the summer is, right? Come on. Okay. All right. So that's the word on the street that these two, Ava Dash, Damon Dash's daughter, and Kyle Cook. I mean, Kyle's a good looking guy too, though. Come on. Y'all always talking about his skin. Y'all always making excuses. Y'all always making excuses for Kyle. I called him trash, and y'all were like, but Kyle. Okay, but Kyle. Oh, Paola, I can't even read what you just said, but I see what you said. Ooh. Hey, Miss Parker. Miss Parker says, Ava is sticking to the broken rivers and lakes she's used to. Her mother's going to make an appearance this season. I'm interested to see what her mother says on this season. Okay. All right. Moving on. I want to say thank you to our friends over at Bowl and Branch, our sponsor today. Go take advantage, y'all. Have you noticed that your sheets are slipping off the corners lately? Or maybe your pillows don't feel as supportive? So many people think it's their mattress or they think it's their pillows when it actually has more to do with your sheets. I'm so excited about our friends Bowl and Branch being here on the channel again because I've been able to experience their sheets personally over the last several weeks. And I took advantage of their Memorial Day sale. More on that later. But I'm excited for them to be back here on the channel because so many people complain about their sleep patterns and how their sleep is being affected, and they don't realize it probably isn't your mattress. It probably isn't your pillows. It's probably what you're putting on your mattress and your pillows. So that's why I upgraded to our friends over at Bowl and Branch. They make everything your bed needs. Their signature organic cotton sheets, pillows, blankets, and comforters are all designed to be breathable, incredibly soft, and get better over time. More importantly, how do your sheets feel after you wash them several times? So most people start with their signature sheets, and a lot of customers buy 2 sets so that they can rotate them. I know that's what I did recently. I've also added their waffle sheet, which I've already washed twice, and still it remains super, super soft and luxurious. So as I mentioned before, I took advantage of their Memorial Day sale. Thank you to all of you that reminded me to make that order that day. Literally got it, not the following day. I ordered it on that Memorial Day. I got it that Wednesday. Can you imagine? What I also loved with their customer service, their local Bowl and Branch store reached out to me to help if I wanted to upgrade my bedroom. So the customer service already was top tier. But more importantly, what I also love is that after I washed it several times, it still remains super soft, still super quality. But of course, I don't bring anyone here where I can't get you some sort of discount. Sleep cooler this summer with Bowl and Branch during their annual summer event. For a limited time, get 20% off site-wide at bowlandbranch.com/Kempire with code Kempire. That's Bowl and Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com/Kempire. Code Kempire to take 20% off. bowlandbranch.com/Kempire. Exclusions apply. More information on Bowl and Branch will be available in the description. Thanks, Bowl and Branch. Shout out to Bowl and Branch. Way of Keith is a mess. Way of Keith says, I hope Rula got Bowl and Branch on speed dial. Got to change sheets every day with Brian and his cheating. And she can afford Bowl and Branch. Go ahead. Go take advantage of that discount, Rula. I know you're watching, girl. Okay. More information on our sponsored Bowling Branch will be available in the description, guys. Go take advantage of the discount while it lasts. I do want to briefly talk about The Polygamist. So many people hit me up and said you have to watch The Polygamist. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, okay? I'll talk more about it on our Patreon this evening or in the future. Join our Patreon. There's a link available in the description, or if you're watching it right now live, it's available in the live chat pinned. First of all, it's a South African show that's on Netflix. And I'm so glad you guys told me because it's an easy watch. Like I said, I'm in the middle of it. I think it's 13 episodes or something like that, or maybe a little bit more. It's really good. And they do sort of like what do you do? The dubbing of the voices. So I really sort of I don't pay too much attention to that because that will annoy the hell out of me. I don't know about anybody else. But it's so good. It's so good. It's about this woman that's married to this man, Jonasy. Is that how you pronounce his name? Jonasy? We'll call him Jonah. Jonasy, who basically is cheating on her and seems to have a problem with remaining faithful. A serious problem remaining faithful. But it takes a lot of these twists and turns, things that you would not expect. People are in jail. Houses are getting burnt down. Okay? There's it's 22 episodes. Oh, damn. I think someone told me something else. Oh, Lord. It's 22 episodes, 20 to 30 minutes each. Thank you, Olympia. Wow. Well, that's good. That means I am halfway through. Lord. Wavekey says I'm on episode 6. It's so good, though. It goes so quickly. Hence why I'm I don't want to give away too much for those that haven't watched it yet. Sharkaz says it's based on a novel. Well, thank you, y'all, for giving me some of the details. This is why I rely on y'all. Shout out to our South African community that, first of all, put us onto this, but some of you that are here in the States also started watching it as well. Nikki says I'm on episode 12. Well, that gives me hope that there's 22 episodes because I'm then I have a few more to go. All right? Dina says Jonasy is so unattractive, which is proving the theme of today's Tuesday takeover. It's always the ugly ones that are cheating. All right, Too Foxy says, great series. Let me just read to you guys what Netflix.com reported in regards to this new series. So they said Jonasy Gomorrah is dead. Excuse me? Because that's how it starts. It opens up at his funeral. On the outside, the South African business tycoon's funeral seems like a full house of devoted mourners, including his wife of more than 20 years, social media influencer Joyce, and their adult children, Pume and Menzi. But what the bereaved audience doesn't know is that despite Joy's picture-perfect presentation as a grieving widow, she hates her dead husband with a fervor. At one particular point, spoiler alert, they do end up getting back together after breaking up, after he's seduced by the mistress, who was his subordinate at one particular point before. Okay, I don't want to spoil anymore. Okay. So they continue in regards to describing The Polygamist, which you can now watch on Netflix. They're not paying me, but Netflix, if you want to run an ad, let's go. Okay. Oh, Patricia says, I cussed every episode. You just getting started, Kempire. But what the bereaved audience doesn't know that despite Joyce's picture-perfect presentation as a grieving widow, she hates her husband with a fervor. It's easy to see why, since Joyce isn't the only woman who has lost Jonasy. They are also 3 notable ladies in attendance wearing their mourning blacks. Based on a Zimbabwe novel based on a Zimbabwe novel of the same name by Sue Nyathi, a showrunner, Akin Amatoso, the Brave Ones, adapted the story of how one man's greed and lust led to his downfall. So I don't know. At this particular point, I don't know how Jonasy ended up dead, but stay tuned. All thanks to a cunning wife who will stop at nothing to save her family's reputation. Okay? So then they list the different people that are on the cast. Oh, it says here, stream all 22 episodes of the soapy South African drama now on Netflix. There's a few South African movies that are available on Netflix as well. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Chocolate Soul says, yes, yelled, screamed, cussed, and cried. Lord have mercy. I got to buckle up because there's still more for me to watch and talk about. But I wanted to tell you guys before we do start talking about the episodes, I'm not sure where I'll be talking about it. Maybe I'll even watch an episode with you on Patreon. Who wants to see that? Who wants to see that? Oh, Lord. EMX Za says, I can't wait for you to get to the end. Laughing out loud. Your soundboard will be updated with Jonasy. What? Oh my God. Because already it's juicy. I like a little bit of a soap opera, though. I grew up watching soap operas. This is why you all wanted me to watch Beyond the Gates. I just couldn't commit to 5 days a week. You know what I mean? Miriam says, yes, buckle up. Oh, Lord. Lord User says the Polygamist was good after I got past the first 3 episodes. Money, power, greed, and slutty. Shaking my damn head. And, okay, how would you guys compare this to a Beauty in the Black? I haven't watched Beauty in the Black, but based off of some of the little clips I've seen, I was like, is it giving Beauty in the Black? I just feel like, at least with what I've seen of The Polygamist, it's definitely giving better writing. I'm just saying. Okay. Miss Melly Matches can be. Oh, yeah, you're right, because there is some sex stuff in there, so I don't know if I can watch that with y'all. Never mind. Look, never mind. But maybe we could talk about it. Oh, wait, hold on. Nicole says, my ex is from Sierra Leone. His grandfather had 24 wives, so it's not just in South African culture. Look, well, remember, Joyce did not sign up for that type of relationship. So just keep that in mind. She didn't sign up for that. She signed up for just her and this man. All right. Dainty says, this is better than. Okay. I mean, I haven't watched Beauty in the Black, but some of y'all, that's your guilty pleasure. But okay. Nicole says, I love Beauty in the Black. That was good too. So does that mean because I enjoy The Polygamist that I'll enjoy Beauty in the Black? I don't think so. Foxy said 24 wives. Dootsie says 24 wives. Yeah, that can happen. That can be in certain cultures and things like that. All right. Okay. D says it's better than Beauty in the Black to me. The story is better developed and a little less ratchet. That's why I was like, I don't know if I would compare the two. So I said, let me ask. Okay. CJ says the ending is fire. Wow. Okay. Virgo says you could tell Tyler is not writing. Oh, Beauty in the Black? Because is that what makes Beauty in the Black better? Is it because he's not writing it? Is that what you're saying to me? Should I read between the lines? So I'm not. That's the only part of what I wanted to mention in regards to Polygamist. Get into watching it, y'all. I'm in the middle of watching it as well. You can watch it on Netflix right now. They're not paying me, but they should. They should. There's so many other things that I want to talk about, including the BET Awards. Did you guys watch the BET Awards last night? Not last night, Sunday night. I know it feels like last night, but Sunday night. First of all, can I just talk about the fashion? The fashion at the BET Awards was top tier this year. And I say that because if you go back and you watch some of the previous red carpets that they've had, people dress like they're going to the club usually when they go to the BET Awards. This year, it felt like everyone dressed up like they were going to the Oscars. And everyone looked so good. And look, I could probably spend the entire Tuesday Takeover talking about all of the looks, but I just chose some of my favorite ones first, okay? So let me show you some of my favorite ones. First of all, okay, before we even get into that, what did you guys think of Drewski as a host? When it comes to comedy, I know not everyone is going to be my cup of tea. And I watched some of the skits again today. I'm like, I didn't find him funny, but I get it. I'm not his demographic. The whole reason why they even put him as the host was so that they could get that younger demographic, get the streamers and things that obviously he's gone viral many, many times. People love him. I was sort of like, I don't get it. None of his skits for me, not the opening skit, not when he came out as Jay-Z. I was like, okay, y'all like it, fine. But for me, the moment that stood out to me was when he was in the audience, which I feel like it was a pre-planned skit, between him and Keke Palmer. And I said to myself, Keke Palmer should be hosting this. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see Keke Palmer host the BET Awards next year. But this moment between Keke and Drewski, where she basically takes the mic from him, it's like, this should be my gig. And then she introduces Cardi B's performance. Who was your favorite performance of the night? I have to say, best vocals of the night, I'm going to give to Ray. Because her performance of her song, I was just like, whoa, delivered. There were quite a few great singers there last night, Sunday night. But for me, her performance was like hands down, like best vocals, okay? Trey says he's not funny. Look, again, everyone's going to have a difference of opinion in regards to it. I just was like, I wasn't impressed. He was my least favorite part of the BET Awards, okay? I really enjoyed Ray's performance as well. Thames delivered. The mic was on. Y'all know how much I love me some Thames. I love her song, What You Need. She performed. She also performed during the Lauryn Hill tribute, which we'll talk about. Lizzo looked amazing. This was the best that I've seen Lizzo look. As you know, Lizzo has been battling with her record label. Her album came out and no one bought it. But she showed up to the BET Awards looking ethereal. That from the hair, makeup, the dress, the body is snatched. Look at that waist. I love this look on her. I love the color, like this. This was perfect, especially with the backdrop of what BET was going for this year. Okay, I think she looks so pretty. And mind you, what she was also giving? I don't believe Kelly Rowland did the red carpet, but she presented Sylvia Rhone the Ultimate Icon Award for all of her contributions. And I loved Sylvia Rhone's speech. And as someone that grew up following music, doing music and things like that, I'm very familiar with Sylvia Rhone. I'm very familiar with her impact and influence in the industry. I think a lot of people don't realize that, and they probably learned a thing or two at the BET Awards. But where's my picture of Sylvia? I know I had a picture of Sylvia around somewhere. Where are you, Sylvia? Oh, there you go. I loved seeing her there, and she definitely deserved her flowers because there's so many executives, with Clive Davis passing away. I don't think people talk enough about a Sylvia Rhone and her connection to so many of your favorite artists, from Brandy to Tyla of today. She's been a part of a lot of those people's careers, and I loved her speech because she was talking about, without saying it, talking about how AI is taking over, and part of her sort of like, I want to embrace, the tech advances. However, we can't lose the soul, meaning like that's what sets music apart from the AI age. So I loved her speech and her reminder to the audience about that. Let me talk about some of the other looks. Thames, this is from her performance. Look at her, just gorgeous. Just very, speaking of ethereal, look at this. I love this brown dress on her. She looked great. She really, really looked great. I loved seeing her. Gorgeous. Thames, 10s across the board. Some people did not like Janet Jackson's outfit, but I have to say, Janet Jackson, I never looked at Janet as a fashionista, but I think she looked like Janet Jackson. This is a 60-year-old woman. I just want to remind y'all that, okay? Waist is snatched, face is snatched, okay? The tailoring is tailoring. First of all, can we also talk about how many, like the guest list for this year's BET Awards has to be the best of the best, because they had everyone. They had Janet Jackson. They had Queen Latifah performing for Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill was there. We had Cardi B there. Like, there were just so many iconic people that were in the building for the BET Awards this year. All right? So Janet was there to present Teyana Taylor. Teyana Taylor's reaction to Janet being there, like, felt so authentic. There was a big debate on whether or not Teyana should be called an icon. She won the Icon of the Year award. Here's the thing, and this is no shade to the BET Awards. I don't really take the BET Awards that serious, because when you look at the category, because that's the thing, people don't even talk about, oh, this person won, R&B Pop Artist of the Year, because I don't know their selection process. How does that work? Are we voting on it? Who's voting on this? I don't take their award selection that deep, okay? However, the fact that Janet Jackson showed up, Taurus, because we know we're not showing up everywhere. We're not leaving the house and getting dressed and going everywhere, okay? The fact that Janet Jackson showed up for Tiana Taylor to present her this award, I said, let the debates fall. Let the debates fall. If Janet Jackson is showing up for you and presenting you this Icon of the Year award, I'm not going to even argue with it. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Tiana's speech because she basically addressed people saying that she probably did not deserve this award. But if you follow Tiana's career, this is not like Tiana just came out of nowhere. Tiana has been famous since she was a young girl, teenager in this business. And she's worked hard behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. And I recently, when I was on a flight for my birthday trip to Mexico City, watched One Battle. Wait, One Battle After Another? No. I always get the title for that damn movie wrong. I finally watched that movie. That movie was damn good. And now I understood why it won all those Oscars. And you know, she won the Golden Globe for her part in the movie. And I thought she was really good in it too. Look, I'm not going to sit here and debate a BET award on whether or not Tiana Taylor is an icon or not. I get both sides in regards to why people feel like she hasn't earned that title and we're giving out that title too much. But if Janet Jackson came out of her cocoon, okay, to present you an award, I think that's iconic. Y'all don't think? Because we're not going to debate the fact that Janet Jackson's an icon, right? We're not going to debate that. All right. Moving on. Wait, isn't sidebar? Speaking of icons, isn't Serena supposed to be playing in Wimbledon today? What time is that supposed to be happening? Does anyone know? Because I'd like to watch that. Just saying. Speaking of icons and the GOATs, all right? Then we have this beautiful picture of Kiki and Tiana. I was so worried for Tiana in that dress. I thought she's going to have a wardrobe malfunction, and don't have this wardrobe malfunction with Janet up on stage, okay? That's the last thing that she needs, all right? Jodie Taylor-Smith is there too. Okay. Who else? Okay, let me talk about Money Long. Money Long looks gorgeous. You know, we just talked about Money Long last week when she opened up about having a lung transplant, both a lung transplant, because she had like a week to live. So sad. But she looked amazing at the BET Awards. I love this color on her. Her and Candace Diller-Bassett had the same dress on. I love this color. They both looked great. Candace, I didn't like the gloves, though. I didn't like the gloves that you had on. Okay? Portia and Sway were there. You know, Portia's new girlfriend, Sway, was there. I saw an interview that they did. Sway was giving Portia all kinds of compliments, and Portia kept on saying that, you know, she's been complimenting me all night. Portia looks great. I love this green on her. Hair, makeup looks great. All right. Sway looks great, too. They look like a great couple. I mean, happy Pride. No homophobia. I'm gay. Happy Pride. All right. Do you guys think that this is real? Just asking. All right, she's going on the red carpet. Has she gone on the red carpet with any of her other exes? I don't think so, right? I mean, like a big red carpet, not like, you know, like a local premiere or something. Look at Portia. Portia looks great. Portia is doing her big one. One of my favorite looks, though, has to be Eva Marcel. Eva cut off her locks. And I know some people are like, they don't like her look here. No, she intentionally gave us this avant-garde look. I think she came out, for me, she was probably one of the best dressed at this BET Awards. From, first of all, you cutting off your locks, which to me represents a new chapter. I think she's representing a new chapter in her life and career. I mean, the dress, the neon dress, like, come on, like, her body is bodying. It's giving Eva the Diva from America's Next Top Model. Okay. Yeah, her bleaching her eyebrows is probably giving that avant-garde look, which some people just don't get or like. But I think she looks great. Okay, Eva, what's next, Eva? What's coming up, Eva? Because I feel like you're outside now. Okay. All right, Eva the Diva. Eva Marcel at the BET Awards, probably my favorite look of the night. Okay. Alondra. First of all, Alondria had an outfit change because Alondria, this wasn't the outfit that she had on when she went to, she was trying to find her seat during the opening. Alondria is having a big moment as well. I love this yellow on her. Okay? Alondria looks good too. This is, wow. Look at that slit. Okay? Alondria's having a moment too. What you guys think of that? All right. Let me look at my notes. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, let me look at my notes. Okay. In regards to the BET Awards, what stood out to me? So what was your final determination? Mr. Millenbadge said, what about Kelly? I didn't even pull up a picture of Kelly. Kelly looked a mess. Kelly from Real Housewives of Atlanta, for those that want to know who we were talking about. Not Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland didn't do the red carpet. I don't have the picture in front of me, but if you follow me on YouTube, I did post on the post tab pictures of Kelly and her look, Kelly Rowland and her look, okay? Kelly Rowland, because I feel like y'all setting me up. Kelly Rowland looked amazing when she presented Sylvia Rhone her award. Kelly Rowland looked gorgeous. I loved the dress, the hair, the makeup. She looked stunning, okay? Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland. All right. The D'Angelo tribute. Shout out to everyone that was a part of that. Everyone gave vocals. All right. Who else? Oh, D'Angelo's 3 children were there to introduce the tribute as well. I thought everyone that was a part of it, Duran vocals, Duran really shined for me in that moment, but everyone delivered. But Duran killed it when it came to the vocals. I was like, okay, I see you. I see you. What you're doing over here. Okay. Angel says Kelly and Kelly are polar opposites. Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. So the D'Angelo tribute was beautiful. I thought that was nice. I love how they even opened it with D'Angelo. It almost felt like D'Angelo was in the building opening that performance. So I thought that was really, really nice. All right. Let's talk about Lauryn Hill's tribute. So Lauryn Hill's tribute is what closes out the BET Awards. It was like 20 minutes. They open with Tanya Blunt, okay, Warren Treaty. They open with them singing, Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee. I was like, is that Tanya Blunt? And then they zoom in, it's Tanya Blunt you remember that moment when they're sitting at the piano? Her and Lauren from Sister Act 2. Whoever produced this tribute to Lauren needs to produce the do-over for Mariah Carey, okay? Because I was like, okay, they're just going through her entire career. Shout out to all of the performances. They had Common perform at the end with Queen Latifah. You got an Oscar winner and you got an Oscar nominee performing for you. And you're an icon in the audience. Lauren also has her own kids that were performing. Zion performed. Joshua performed. Her daughter Selah performed. Performing her music. I was like, she's got her own Marley clan. She's got her own Marley clan that went up there and they're performing. Her son Joshua is the one really pursuing music, not the other ones. So I love that they were intertwined into the performance. So they go throughout Lauren's career and they had a bunch of different people, including Thames performed. Lizzo was there. Doja Cat was in the building and performed for Lauren. We had Nas come to the stage. I mean, Tierra Whack was there. Rhapsody performed. Like, there was just so many incredible people that were a part of this Lauryn Hill tribute. And Lauren's sitting there singing the songs, having a good time. Lauren was on time, y'all. But I wasn't sure. I was wondering if Lauren was going to perform. So Lauren does close out the show by performing X Factor. And I'm not going to take credit for this, but I'm going to take credit for this. So a few years ago, Lauren was here in New York City and she had her performance. Y'all remember she had like the Miss Education 25th anniversary tour, and I did a review of it. I attended, I enjoyed it. She was on time. Shut up. I did a video about it, and I talked about some of the things that I liked and I didn't like. And one of the things I talked about was how overproduced X Factor was in that particular show. And I said, I wish she would just pull it back and just do very little with that. Come to find out, I know I told this story publicly. Her DJ reached out to me Yeah. Y'all know. Her DJ reached out to me saying, we heard, your review. We'd like to invite you to the Philadelphia show. But I was away. Remember, I was down south. I was on my summer break. Okay. And I was like, unfortunately, I'm not going to be in town. And ever since then, that X Factor performance is like this stripped down, pulled back version. And I feel like, you're welcome, Lauren. She reached out to me. Not Lauren herself. The DJ did. Who was fly too. That DJ was fly. I don't know if she still tours with Lauren, but she was really, really good when she came here to New York. All right. Anyway. Yes. If she had never reached out to me, then I'd be like, oh, they never saw it. How did they know? How did they see my review? No, the DJ reached out to me and invited me to the Philly show from that 25th anniversary. But I think she ended up canceling that show because she wasn't feeling well, the Philly show. So it actually worked out. Just saying. And more stories like that will be shared on our Patreon. So join our Patreon today, okay? So I love seeing Lauren come out and perform X Factor. I'm glad she performed it. She even closed out the BET Awards with Everything is Everything, which is one of my favorite songs from the Miseducation. But seeing the fact that Lauren has one icon. Look, I love also the MTV Unplugged. I don't know about anyone else. That's one of my favorite Lauryn Hill's albums too. But the fact that she's still able to tour off of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill and have a whole tribute off of that project says a lot about her artistry. Okay. Of course, they featured some other parts of her career when she was the Fugees and things like that. It was a great tribute. Excuse me. It was a great tribute. I really, really appreciated that tribute last night. And I'm glad that I ended up watching it because I was trying to watch it and watch Real Housewives of Atlanta because, yesterday we recapped it. So, I have homework to do on Sunday nights. So I was trying to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, but also go back and forth and watch the BET Awards. But I was done watching Atlanta, so I went back to watch the BET Awards. And I was so glad that I did because I didn't want to miss the Lauryn Hill tribute. They did that. Everyone that was involved, everyone that produced it, Lauren, when she went up there to accept her award, saying that she does this because she loves us in regards to performing the way that she does. So, Lauren, thank you for your contribution to music. I loved it. Hey, Janelle. Janelle, I felt like I heard you scream my name. Janelle says, Kempire, I'm listening to you from my doctor's office. It's near MSG, and I wanted to talk about this. This is a perfect segue. There are NYPD barricades everywhere. They're loading in stage materials and other items. Taylor is definitely getting married there. Yes, I saw that this morning. Taylor, you tacky mother. Y'all don't think that's tacky? If anything, she just proved what I've been saying about Taylor Swift forever. Who gets married at Madison Square Garden? Who is attending this situation? You telling me she's got that many friends she's got to get married at Madison Square Garden? And mind you, that means they're going to probably shut down that part of Manhattan, which is annoying for us New Yorkers during a holiday weekend. Really? She's lucky it's hot outside, so most of us will be inside. I think that's so annoying. Exact Jean says she is so annoying. And I think she's doing it in this big way. It's because we've all been saying that we don't believe this relationship. I honestly believe that's what she's doing. I believe it was Aphrodite that pulled cards on her saying that she's basically determined to give a big F you to everyone that doesn't believe this relationship. Well, guess what, Taylor? F you. We see right through you. This is exactly why am I feel like I'm beefing with Taylor Swift? Why am I beefing with Taylor Swift? I like Taylor Swift's music. Well, not all of it. But, I like some, shake it on, shake it on. Like, there's certain songs that I like. But at the same time, she's annoying. I don't believe this relationship. I believe she's doing this in a big way in order to say F you to all of us. And that doesn't believe this relationship. You don't believe this relationship? Well, I'm going to put it in your face. Girl, don't nobody care about you marrying this MAGA man. Mm-hmm. I was saying this the other day. I feel like Taylor Swift and her being a feminist and being liberal is very performative, but that's me. Anyone else believe that? Anyone else believe that her alliances to the liberal movement is performative? How are you marrying MAGA man and you swear that you're a liberal? Really? Girl, please. Please. But thank you so much, Janelle, for reminding me, because that was a story that I wanted to mention. So word on the street, even though I think we kind of already knew this, that she is, in fact, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are getting married at Madison Square Garden. Tacky. But mind you, she is a billionaire and he's a multimillionaire. She could get married anywhere. Why are you getting married in the middle of Madison Square Garden? Okay, girl. Weirdo. Oh, look, weirdo. All right. Sorry, y'all. All right, let me say thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's Tuesday Takeover, guys. Keep liking the video if you haven't already. Okay, I get it. It's not a new year, but it can still be a new you. As you know, we've partnered with Factor many times, and this is no different. But let me paint a picture for you. Hunger strikes, and you're exhausted. I know it, especially on a busy day. There's something healthy in your fridge or pantry that you should be making, but you don't have it in you. Relatable, right? For me, eating healthy isn't a willpower problem. It's a setup problem until I found Factor. As you know, I have a busy schedule. Sometimes there's breaking news and I do not have the time in me to cook that meal or prepare for that meal. With Factor, I'm hitting my nutrition goals this season without the planning, grocery shopping, or cooking. What I also love about Factor is that you're getting great quality meals, dietitian approved meals. Factor has meals built around your goals, whether that's weight loss, overall nutrition, more protein, or GLP-1 support. For strength and workout recovery, check out Factor's Muscle Pro collection. As I've mentioned many times before, Factor meals are crafted with functional ingredients from lean proteins, colorful veggie, whole foods, and healthy fats. Factor bans 175 plus ingredients, no artificial colors, no sweeteners, no high fructose corn syrup, and no refined seed oils. And most importantly, convenience. Ready in 2 minutes, Factor shops, preps, cooks, and delivers straight to your door so you have more time for everything you love this spring. Head to factormeals.com/Kempire50 off and use code Kempire50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only while supplies last until September 27th, 2026. See website for more details. More details on Factor and your discounts will be available in the description. Thanks, Factor. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back to our Tuesday Takeover. I see you guys arguing about whether or not Travis is MAGA. Just because you had a black girlfriend, I don't even know, did he even consider, well, he did some red carpets with her, but he ain't marrying her. Just saying. He said he had a bunch of black girlfriends, right? Y'all can argue over who's MAGA and who's not MAGA. Just because they don't outright support Donald Trump doesn't mean that they're not MAGA and they haven't shown their MAGA ways over the years. But okay. Okay, y'all can argue amongst yourselves. Moving on, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like today's video. It's an easy, free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. Don't forget the Kempire After Dark live show returns to New York City September 25th at the Green Room 42. Meet and greet tickets are available. Don't be afraid to come on your own. If you enjoy our hot topics like this one, well, you get them a little bit more explicitly there. We also spill a lot of tea as well. There are live stream tickets available for those that can't make it to New York City. So get your tickets today. Ticket information will be available in the description. Okay. I just got a couple of cashews. Now they're stuck in my teeth. Fun. Look, fun times. All right. What else anything else that I missed about the BET Awards? I enjoyed it. I love seeing Lauryn Hill. I know it's been a while since we've seen her, but I also thought it was almost kismet that both D'Angelo and her were celebrated on the same night. They have a song together. I also loved what she said about him when he passed away. She brought a beautiful note to the point where I was like, when I pass on, if Lauren's still around, matter of fact, Lauren, write it now. Can you write me something like that? I thought what she wrote about D'Angelo was beautiful. Okay. Oh, that part. Miss Brown Sugar says, not sure if he's MAGA, but at the very least, Travis Wait, Travis is willing to be ambiguous about his politics and not outspoken against that hateful movement. And that's a problem on its own. That part. Look, that part. All right. And look, y'all know I'm not one of the people, because there are a lot of people online that were like, oh, that person's MAGA, that person's MAGA. They just jump and they're like, oh, that person's MAGA. I just find it very interesting. I do believe that Travis and Taylor's politics, based on what Taylor has said, seems to be very different. Okay? But anyway. All right. Let me see. What else did I want to talk about, y'all? Let me just check my notes. Oh, and I got a couple more stories. Are you guys ready for a couple more stories before we go? I have some Real Housewives of Atlanta stories, including Angela Oakley is still on the internet, y'all. Angela is still responding to your tweets. Angela, get off the internet. Don't you have a Fangela to sell? Get off the internet. And mind you, there's no new episode of Atlanta this week. Get off the internet. Okay? Well, Miss Brown Sugar says, and this is true. She says, black girlfriends, black teammates, black best friends, none of that matters if he doesn't vocally stand up to support black people when in rooms with powerful people. That part. Okay. All right. Angela, get off the internet. Before we get to Angela, though, I want to talk about, there's a video that I want to talk about. Hold on. Please hold. Do I have it here? Hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up. Reasonably Shady, the podcast. Hold on. Ooh. Pause.
Okay.
So recently, you remember I did a video talking about Mia Thornton from Real Housewives of Potomac and her allegedly stealing Sophie O'Neill's picture. And she deleted the picture after Sophie called her out for it. Then she posted another picture of her in the same outfit, but it looked like AI as well. People were calling her out for AI. A lot of us were saying Mia be lying, and also apparently Mia be stealing. And then she's since posted other pictures of her showing off her body and things like that. I was like, girl, you stole that woman's photo and her Birkin. Okay. Allegedly. All right. So that happened. Then I made a photo of me in the same outfit. Tammy Roman made herself a photo of the same outfit. Karen Huger, Tamra Judge, a bunch of us, okay? Well, Giselle and Regular Robin decided to talk about, because that's their former castmate, Mia B. Lion, on their podcast.
Speaking of not growing,
Yes.
are we going to talk about Mia and the AI of it all?
Yes. AI has gotten Mia. I mean,
What? Okay, so Mia Thornton, who used to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac, has now been, I don't know, what do we say? She has started a meme. She has
well, right, because everyone now is
doing
putting their
it. Yes.
head on that body.
Yeah.
She didn't know she was starting, and she got caught. That's
She got
what
busted.
She did. She got caught.
Mia, you got cold busted, honey.
Yes.
So I didn't know that there was.
My thing is, why didn't Mia think that people would catch on, or specifically that person? Allie says, Kempire slayed that fit. Thank you.
An app.
She stole that she stole my look. Okay.
I guess it's an app that you can take your face and put on somebody's body.
I think you can probably go to ChatGPT and say, hey, take this picture and put my face on this body. I think it's like just that simple. Maybe.
Damn.
Or it could be an app. I don't know. But clearly
I mean, it ain't that simple. And so when they had to edit and get it done. I have a few other outtakes. Y'all want to see the outtakes at some point?
Do some type of AI Photoshop. We done went from using filters and Photoshops to AI. She AI'd herself onto this woman's body.
Yes.
Now,
who is the lady? Sophia somebody?
her name is like Sophie O'Neil. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anything
But-
about her, but I think they call her a model, right?
Yeah.
And she's
She's very pretty.
very pretty white woman. With
That's the crazy part, is the fact that Mia took a white woman's picture and AI'd it for her own. That's so interesting.
Very slim, very voluptuous body, very slim waist.
Yes.
Big hips.
Yeah.
Mia she didn't take her whole hips. Like, so the picture, you can see Mia looks slimmer.
Mia really was doing the work in order to make it look like her own. Maybe you should have changed the background though, Mia, and maybe the bag as well.
Than the girl, because that would just been like.
It makes me wonder though, has she taken this woman's photos before?
Girl, that's not you. So the girl is in the white girl is in this pretty white dress. She's holding this Hermes bag that's like apparently $100,000
that Mia doesn't own.
Right, super exclusive. And so Mia took
it's comedy.
I guess she liked the picture. I don't know. And said, "Well, I want to be wearing a white dress, holding a Hermes bag." In front of this.
And when you think about all the things that Mia Thornton has been going through financially, Mia doesn't have any money for any Birkin bag. Okay?
Background too.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. So she took the girl's picture and put her face and body on the girl's body. The girl said, "Hold up."
The girl says, excuse me, ma'am.
She said, "Take your head off of my body. What are you doing?
Take your head off my body, ho."
Right.
That's what she said.
What?
Mia, girls, cut it out. Stop it.
So I'm just curious about the why. Why are we doing things like this?
I think it's kind of like a lazy move, meaning like you don't feel like getting your glam done that day, but you want to post a pretty picture and somebody else already got their glam done. They look amazing. They have on a great dress. And you just say, boop, boop.
Who thinks of that though? That never crossed my mind. There's so many beautiful men. I could take their picture. That never crossed my mind. I'm going to put my head on that body. But okay. And then also be a public figure. Okay. Thank you, Foxy. Foxy says Kevin looked the best with the white dress. Full beard and all. Full beard and all.
It's probably like 2 clicks on the Instagram. On the Chat GBT.
Probably so. So it is interesting though. Like you see how the girl, her hips are like pretty big, and Mia actually, I guess one of the prompts on the AI was like, but make my hips smaller. I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, this is so crazy.
That's a mess. Mia, cut it out. Stop it.
Show the picture to the people on YouTube.
Yes.
And then Mia done said, I saw something she was in the comments on, so this Sophie O'Neill says, "Please, can you remove the picture of me with your head on it? Thanks."
Thanks.
But then Mia was somewhere else in the comments talking about, because a blog reposted it, and Mia talked about fake news. Legal notice has been emailed.
Mia, you should be worried about the legal notices against you. Like, what are you doing? Worry about the legal notices that you got going on, Mia.
Thank you, loves. What?
Mia, just stop talking.
The legal notice should be going to you, Mia. Why are you sending anybody legal notice? There's no way this is fake news. You definitely superimposed yourself. It's the same background. These same background.
Same bag, same hands on the bag.
It's the same hands. That's the funny part. Even my version, has the same hands. That's why I said I wore gloves to the beach, y'all. I wore gloves to the beach. It's the same hand. So that's where Mia was caught in the lie. Coco says I would have lied and said my page was hacked or something. No, it's too late for that.
A little different.
Okay, let's do better. Let's do better.
Why are we doing this? Come on, all right, people. So this is a PSA to like y'all, anyone out here listening. You don't need to do these things.
No, you don't.
Just be yourself, actually. And now I feel like anytime people post something, we need to have a disclaimer.
Yeah, like this is really me.
Yes.
Yeah.
My thing is, if a lot of these new platforms like Instagram and things like that, if they sense AI, now it will be labeled. And I know on YouTube and other places, they're asking you to label if it's AI or not.
Like you need to hold a sign or shit, but that could be AI. I don't, at this point.
Oh no.
I don't know how you get, how people know whether something's real or fake.
Okay.
So that was Regular Robin and Giselle on their podcast. So You know, we like to cite our sources. So if you want to listen to the rest of that episode, Wave Keith says their voices are so boring, making me want to take a nap. I'm just playing it for you guys so that you got an update, okay? I'm just giving it to you guys, all right? All right, let me get into some Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff first. So the internet is dragging Claudia Jordan today because she was on Carlos King's podcast on his YouTube channel talking about one of the ladies from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we're going to play this on the fair use. Please hold.
And it's not from any of the girls on the show. Someone told someone that told me someone's pregnant. Do y'all know who it is? One of the girls are pregnant.
So this is Claudia Jordan. They recap Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she basically was saying that someone told her, because you know Claudia has some sources connected to the cast. Someone told her that someone on this cast is pregnant. I don't understand, especially as someone that's a woman that would come to this platform and share information about someone being pregnant. I was sort of like, Claudia, like, what are we doing right now? And even as Carlos is saying, like, don't say who, which I think it's a game because you know how Carlos is a producer. He's got his puppets. I wouldn't be surprised he knew that she was going to do this. But continue.
You know about this, Carlos?
I don't know nothing, girl. No.
Pregnant.
Okay.
Claudia, do not say it.
Bookmark this. Okay, I'm not saying who it is.
Thank you so much.
Claudia, text me. I want to know.
Someone on.
I trust you, Jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say.
I hope it's Shamia.
On the right side of
Claudia. You see how I try to...
So she was referring to the right side of the seating chart, which was, what was it? K. Michelle, Shamia, Kelly, and Pinky. I mean, it could be, for all we know, it could be Shamia because you remember that's part of Shamia's storyline. But I think what the problem here is that people are like, why would you come to the internet and say this if the person, first of all, it's not even just you doing your job of, talking gossip and things like that. This is you that actually is connected to this cast of women in some shape or form. And especially if it's Shamia and all the issues that Shamia has had for herself having a baby, surrogate having a baby. I just don't understand why you would do that. I think what it is that Claudia's in this space right now where she doesn't have Fox Soul anymore. She had a couple of shows on there. I've seen some moves from Claudia that's giving desperation. And I don't mean that in a shady way. I just mean it's in a factual way. I just feel like some of the moves that she's made since the fallout has been desperate. She's been doing Love and Hip Hop now. She's doing any YouTube channel where she could do. I just feel like it's giving desperate. And I feel like in this moment, when you're desperate, you do stuff like Kenya Moore did, and you do stuff like this. Things that you're not really reading the room as a grown woman. That, well, maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this. But I think she feels like she's got to perform. For those that are just joining us, we're talking about this moment where Claudia was on Carlos's recap talking about one of the housewives could be pregnant.
some tea, and it's not from any of the girls on the show. Someone told someone that told me someone's pregnant. Do y'all know who it is? One of the girls are pregnant.
And now the fact, and I was one of the people saying, like, I could see Claudia being on the Breakfast Club, but now after some of the things that she said and done on Carlos's platform, I'm like, is this the reason why you didn't get the job? Did they see something in you that they were like, yeah, she's not what we're looking for? Not to say that other people that were chosen were the best choice either, but just saying.
You know about this, Carlos?
I don't know nothing, girl. No.
Pregnant.
Okay.
Claudia, do not say it.
Bookmark this. Okay, I'm not saying who it is.
Thank you so much.
Someone
Claudia,
on.
text me. I want to know.
Someone on.
Well, I trust you, Jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say.
I hope it's Shamia.
On the right side of.
Claudia. You see how I try to save my girl?
What? I didn't say a name.
Claudia, we focus on what happens this current week.
It happened. Someone got busted up.
Claudia, okay, so.
Oh, you know what? It might have been Pinky because she had on a big blousy dress on Watch What Happens Live. She looked really good. Might I add, she looked good as hell on Watch What Happens Live.
Okay. Look, okay. Thank you so much, Jen, for the super chat. Jen says, on Broad Bros, their theory is that Rula is staying with the ugly man. Not the ugly man. Ugly man till the 10-year anniversary so that she could take half. She's collecting evidence. Is that the rule in Rhode Island? I don't know their divorce rules in Rhode Island. I know that's a California thing, but I don't know if that's, remember that some of that stuff is, state specific. So I don't know if that's the rule in Rhode Island. Savannah, do you know? Can someone Google schmoogle that? Is that the rule? I don't know. I don't know, Rula. I know we're all trying to find some reason why she would stay with that man, but here we are. I'm at work, y'all. Yes, we did. We did recap it. You can rewind back for our recap of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, but we did talk about it. So Claudia claims that there's someone on the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta that might be pregnant, but she's being dragged by the internet saying, girl, too far. Too far. Like, this is tacky. All right. What else Angela. So yesterday we recapped Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you missed it, be sure to check out our recap yesterday. Mods, can we post a link for those that may have missed it? Because you know how people don't want to go back. Post a link in the live chat so that people can go watch our recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta yesterday. So we talked and we even added some of what was playing out on social media yesterday when it comes to Angela Oakley. So Angela was on social media yesterday, y'all, and she just kept going. So even after she said she was leaving the internet yesterday after we did our recap, she was still on the internet in the comment section, reposting and responding to things. Well, I think maybe on some level, Angela might be vindicated. Because our friends over at No Chaser TV got their hands on some old footage of Ashley and the Crash for Cash George and their reality show. Because remember, one of the tweets that Angela was posting was the fact that she got used again. Angela, you're a grown woman. But she claims that this couple has been wanting to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. They wanted their come up. So they used Angela. Angela swears that she's going to be vindicated. She swears that there's going to be some truth that will be revealed. Okay? All right. So some of her tweets yesterday, even though she said on the 29th, she says, I'm going to leave with this. It was brought to the group, not by me. The conversation was brought to Shamia Morton with extra juice. Shamia Morton put extra juice on it to the wife, and yet I brought the wrong receipt. Trust it all gets cleared up. Then she said in another tweet, baby, I'm still trying to figure out how we got here. I'm trying to tell the truth, even if I have to get in the mud to do so. She was reposting someone else's comment. Then she went on to say, Angela Oakley, also, please go support Crash to Cash, George and Ashley's company. A private conversation got exploited and twisted and turned. They've been wanting to get on the show. You guys made it. She then says, check their Instagram. I'm going to learn not to speak to those who want affiliation. We yelled at you last season, though, Angela, about this exact thing with those thirsty boys. And here you are doing it again, falling for the okie doke. But I still don't understand why you did this. This doesn't completely vindicate you. So she then reposts someone else's tweet, Mel, who said, they are super media trained. I hope Angela goes on more interviews and stuff next season. It's a way to practice and really craft the narratives plus public perception. Angela says, got me looking crazy for real. Angela, I think you did this to yourself. All right. So apparently Angela missed her flight. I gotta go, y'all, she said. Then she posted, just landed. Okay, follow me so I can go live on TikTok. Okay, Angela. Angela, go home. Go home to your husband. Is he not home? Look, I'm kidding, but not. All right, so then she reposts our friends over at No Chaser TV's video of George and Ashley's reality show. Okay? So let me show you this clip. We're going to play this on the Fairies. I'm going to stop and play it and play it again and stop and play it and play it again, okay? Hold on.
Let me introduce you to the Empire.
So that's George before he got the green beard and I think lost a little weight, right? I don't know how old this is. His name is George, and I guess his company is Crash Money. I don't know.
My family. It's complicated. It's loud. It's love. It's mine.
Not the high squeak voice. It's mine. Oh, Lord. I have to say this, y'all. I'm not saying that Angela was vindicated. I'm not a Fangela. But after watching this clip, I said, oh, I can actually 100% see this man saying, oh, Shamia gave me money. She gave me money. I forgot what exactly Angela said during the episode, but I could see him saying it in a weird way that when he gave her the cash, that it was almost sexual. Just watch the video, y'all. Watch the video.
It's love. It's mine. And it's the Crash Money Millionaire family.
Y'all don't know me yet. So let me just introduce.
So this is Ashley, who he met when she was only 20-something years old. I think she was like 23. She's going to tell you.
Myself. I'm Ashley. I'm a mom.
Portia, you are 100% right. When Pinky was reading the text messages, she should read it she was like, she sounded very country. So read it like me.
A mommy. I'm 27, mama 3, and George's partner in this beautiful, messy thing that we call life.
She's a really cool lady. She's sweet, understanding, all the good stuff, but she's a little crazy too. This
is just the theme of today. Y'all see what I was saying? You beautiful women really don't care about the looks, because this is a perfect example of what we've been talking about. Okay?
I'm currently 27 years old. I met George when I was 23.
She was literally getting out of her car, walking past my condo, about to deliver some Uber Eats. When I saw her with those little bitty shorts on and everything showing, booty popped out, titties popping, and I was like, golly, this was the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. And I was just off a rocky relationship with this other girl, and I'm like, I'm in hot pursuit of a damn prostitute.
That, for me, that line alone said to me, Angela, I now understand where Angela was coming from. Look, hear me out. Hear me out. Now, just seeing how he speaks, can't you see him saying, oh, I gave her a check, but she didn't give me no neck. You know what I mean? Like, I could see him saying something like that, not saying that anything ever happened between them. But can't you now see where it's like, oh, wait, maybe this is where Angela got it mistaken. What is it? How are you referring to your wife like this? Let me play this for you again.
I was just off a rocky relationship with this other girl, and I'm like, I'm in hot pursuit of a damn prostitute. But guess what?
He's in hot pursuit. This is what he's saying about the potential. This is his potential girlfriend, wife. Now, Two Foxy says Angela's no victim. I'm just saying, hear me out. Look, hear me out. I was like, wait a minute. The way that this man speaks. Let me play this again for y'all.
I'm in hot pursuit of a damn prostitute. But guess what? She wasn't a prostitute. She was soon to be girlfriend.
I thought I was just dropping off food. I didn't know I was picking a whole new future. Yes, I'm younger. Yes, people judge. But age don't define love. Effort does. Right?
Love don't check IDs. It checks the energy.
Who filmed this? Wait, who filmed this? Like, what was this for? Was this a sizzle reel? Was this an audition tape for something? Let me see why our friends over at No Chaser TV labeled this. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe they said it here. Please hold. They said Phaedra may have been right last night on RHOA when she said that everyone knows George. As it appears, George and Ashley have their own reality series titled Crash Money Millionaires. Source Crash Money Millionaires. Also, maybe it's their online show that they filmed. But this seems a long time ago. right? Because he doesn't look like this anymore, right? Now he got a green beard now. Okay.
You gotta have them pockets, you know what I'm saying? And what we do, I got those pockets.
When I met George, he already had 5 kids. So when I say I stepped into a full situation, I mean a whole situation.
Okay. Look, this is why I got to add it to the, Mr. Esquire. This is why I got to add it to the soundboard. Damn. Since I forget that thing, half the things I say. Virgo Leo Cap says, I gave her a check, but she ain't give me no neck. Kempire with the lines. But now I'm sort of like, well, now I can kind of see why maybe George, the way that he explained it when he gave Shamia the check, maybe he said something like that, but didn't mean it like that. But here's the thing. I'm still looking at you, Angela, with the side eye. Why don't you have better discernment? Last season, it was the same thing. And now this season, now you're looking like a fool. I don't have much faith that you're going to be vindicated here. And I'm not saying that this video vindicates her either. But I can kind of see this man saying, I gave her a check, but she didn't give me no neck. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think it vindicates her. I'm being dramatic when I say, oh, it might vindicate her. I don't think it vindicates her. But now I'm sort of like, okay, there's a little bit of doubt. There's a little bit of doubt here. All right. Love Calm Peace. Thank you so much for being a member for 14 months. Love Calm Peace says Kelsey, Joellen, and Angela are weirdos. Oh, Lord. All right. JB says, Kempire, I am screaming with the Jussie whining vibrato. It's going to be added to the soundboard. Stay tuned. Okay. Oh, Lord. I ain't hurt no more. Exactly. Hey, Dr. Miss Honey. A mess. Okay. Nikki says, put that on the soundboard. I am in hot pursuit for a damn prostitute. Oh, Lord. We got a lot of new sounds to add to the soundboard. We even got good morning. I said good morning. Okay. So on that note, I need to go. I have work to do then. You guys are giving me work to do. Guys, if you're new to our Tuesday Takeover, this is where we talk about a variety of hot topics, reality television, and some other scripted television, like we talked about The Polygamist a little bit. But I will be talking about more of these hot topics in a more explicit way during our live show on September 25th here in New York City, but also on our Patreon. I probably will go live maybe this afternoon, this evening on Patreon. So make sure you're following me. Patreon.com/The Kempire. There's a link right now in the live chat. So be sure to follow. I'm going to add the link to the description as well. Also, be sure to check out all the discounts that are available through our sponsors today from MyFitnessPal, Factor Meals, and of course, Bowl and Branch. Take advantage of the sales that are going on right now. Not only does it support our channel, but it helps you, deliver all the things that you want, right? All right. Yes, Angel says, looking forward to the Patreon party. To a Patreon party, Angela says, at this rate, Kempire, you can bring Greg back. Set me free. You know what? That's not happening. I don't even know what I did with that soundbite. I was looking for some of the sound bites, but I didn't find that one conveniently. I couldn't find it. All right. Tigger GSC says, we're about to drop some beats. I'm going to go to Puerto Rico and drop some beats. Okay. Allie says, for me, it vindicated her because Ashley had a different tone in the text with Shamia than she did on the phone with Angela. I mean, and based on what we've seen from this reality show, I can definitely see these two wanting to be featured on Real Housewives of Atlanta, especially to go from your online show to a show where I'm sure right now they're loving the fact that people are talking about them or featured their show. So I know they're like, oh my God. But that's the thing about Atlanta, folks. Some of y'all in Atlanta, I already told y'all, if it's not one thing, it's another. Everyone's trying to be famous. Everyone's trying to be in a Tyler Perry movie. But fine. Look fine. Not Little Baby Child, Todd. Just Little Baby Child. I think we wore that out. I took that on tour. I danced to it on tour. I think we've retired Dr. Gregory. Okay, but thank you to everyone that donated to the Dr. Gregory Fund. Okay. All right. Virgo Lady said, we're going to make t-shirts a mess. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? No. No. But I will highlight this. Shout out to our friends over at No Chaser TV and also Jersey Table Flip who put this together. The highest followed housewives of all time. Candy's number 1. K. Michelle is number 2. Here's the thing, though. I don't count K. Michelle because K. Michelle is a new housewife. Her millions of followers came from her music career and her being on Love and Hip Hop. So I really don't count her. Portia's number 3 with 7.5 million. K. Michelle has 8 million. Candy has 10.4 million. Larsa has 5.4 million. Some of these housewives, though, some of them have been exposed as having bots. Just saying. Eva has 5.3 million. Rachel Zoe has 4.8 million. Nene has 4.3 million. Kyle has 4.2 million. Bethany has 4 million. Cynthia has 3.9 million. Lisa Renna has 3.8 million. Yolanda has 3.5 million. Lisa Vanderpump has 3.2 million. Kim Zolciak has 3.1 million. Phaedra has 3 million. Melissa Gorga has 2.8 million. Erica Jane has 2.6 million. Kenya Moore has 2.3 million. Teresa Giudice has 2.2 million followers. Michelle? Oh, wait, Mikhail? Who's that? Neil and Michaela Sean? Was she on OC? I don't recognize her at all. That's the only housewife on this list that I don't recognize. Okay. She has 2.1 million. Who is she? Was she on the OC? Denise Richards has 1.8 million. Sarah, so many people are like, who's Sarah? Who's the random Sarah? Sarah from Real Housewives of Dubai. But I don't think hers are real, to be honest with you. But anyway, Sarah has 1.8 million. Dorit has 1.7 million. Heather Dubrow has 1.7 million. So they're the highest housewives with the following on Instagram. How is Kenya? Haven't heard from her. How is Kenya? You think I got her on the speed dial? Kenya's busy. Kenya just shot a movie. Kenya's going to be on a new reality show. Kenya won't be back on the network for a while, y'all, until they settle this lawsuit with Britt 80. Okay. Who is it? I don't know. They didn't put. Is it the Salahi? Is that the housewife? I can't tell from the photo. That might be the former. Maybe it is Mikhail. I think so. But she doesn't go by Salahi anymore because she divorced him. But it says Neil and Mikhail Sean. So I guess it's her joint account with her new husband. Oh, no, not the housewife from D.C. Wow. Okay. All right. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you all being here for our Tuesday takeover. Thank you to our King's Guards for holding us down in the live chat. Shout out to those of you that have been members of the channel or new members. Shout out to those of you that have become members of our Patreon. We appreciate it. Follow our Patreon. We're going to be doing, I've been doing like our impromptu lives on TikTok. I'm going to be doing very little of those going forward. I'm going to do all of my lives now on my impromptu lives, my casual lives on the Patreon, along with other content. We have a book review that's coming. Our book club is being launched. It will be there on Patreon as well. I have some other things coming to Patreon, so you don't want to miss out. So join our Patreon today. I get it. Not everyone's got it, but there are tiers for everyone there, okay? Including free, okay? Including free. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for 531 likes. If you're watching a replay of this, be sure to like the video. It's easy for you supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. Don't forget, you can also hear our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast. We also just dropped a new Club Kempire episode where I spilled some tea as well. So be sure to check that out. A lot more coming up, y'all. A lot more coming up. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to our subscribers and our new subscribers. And if you are watching and you're not a subscriber, become a new subscriber. We appreciate it. I will see you guys at some particular point. Again, we don't have any scheduled lives for the rest of the week, but I probably will be doing some of those on Patreon. So we can continue this conversation. We can even talk about the polygamous. I just realized I don't know if I could watch the polygamous with you guys because there are some sex scenes on the polygamous that might be not appropriate. Okay, but it's Patreon. It's behind a paywall, so... All right. Again, guys, be sure to check out the description for everything Kempire from our live show to our merch, but also our sponsors will be available there as well. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great Tuesday, y'all. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. It's about to be a heat wave starting tomorrow on the East Coast. So stay hydrated, y'all. Stay safe. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Don't forget to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for more information on the podcast, head on over to KempireRadio.com.